Hello, hello, welcome back. New day, new turns. So, let's go ahead. Oh, I don't know why I didn't start right here. So, no magic sites are found. Battle in Pelgia. Wow, big surprise there. Probably should have been patrolling actually, because I think I can kill their god at this point fairly easily. What's he got? I wonder why he keeps having the encased in ice on him. That is so weird. I mean, his cold resistance is so far down at this point. Hopefully, I'll kill him about 2 more times, and then I can just Frozen Heart spam him with the handful of units I have in there. I mean, his hit points are really weak. He's managed to have healed the Blind Affliction somehow. Interesting. Not sure how he did that. Um, -2 Dominion, of course. We're still destroying the gate, and we are under siege, but they can't harm our walls, and we are actually breaking through right there. So, what do we have going on? Well, I recalled my good hero here, because actually I've got to do a lot of forging right here. I completely... Oops. Ow, that hurt. I completely spaced the fact that I'm really not that far out from Master Enslave, and so I'm going to need a very, very large portion of items here to come up. And there's actually several different variants. Actually, there's quite a few variants. There's generally 2 variants I use, though. I'm going to try to use several of them. It's going to be a little bit more gym intensive that way, but I mean, I've got the game under wraps at this point. Other than this, we've brought my 4 Astral Mine Lords into one spot, which happens to be right adjacent to the spot where I'm making these crazy mages. So I'm going to go ahead and get 4 crazy mages total, and then we're not going to worry about them anymore. We are going to churn out 8 scouts, because these are going to mirror my armies. I'm going to chew through gems at... I know I keep saying this at a ridiculous rate, but when I look at this, I don't see a whole bunch of gem income. I see 6, 14, 18, 24, 27... I see 13, 18 and a half Astral Pearls a turn, which is not even going to be enough to fuel my 4 armies. Because yes, I am going to basically take all of my gems with a Master Enslave type plan, and I'm going to churn them all into Astral Pearls, because that's what I need. I'm really going to try to not do that with the water gems, because I'd love to get the water gem generating global up. Is it really going to matter? It'd be nice, but it's really not, you know, a make or break type situation. It's gonna require a 50 gem Queen of Elemental Water from Conjuration 8, and then it's going to require 80 gems to get the global up as well. So that's actually a pretty expensive... It's a really expensive global, but it, in my opinion, is by far the best global there is. And that's because it's going to give you, and my numbers might be slightly off here, but just bear with me. I'm going to actually do quite a bit of talking at the beginning of this video, so just jump ahead if you're not interested in any of this. It's 15 water gems, 5 astral pearls, 3 air gems, then 1 fire, earth, death, and nature gem. So it's actually going to give you income of all gem types. That is fantastic overall, but it does come with a pretty steep price to get it into play. Really like to build 4 water into my pretender, or 5 water if I can't use the robe plus the... Wow, I am so bad at thinking of things. The bracelet, water bracelet. So, other than that, I've turned my Mine Lords back on. I am going to be running ridiculously low on money. I'm going to have to be recruiting up some slave princes as well here momentarily. And once we have that, this army will pretty much be able to wrap that up. I'll probably come kill their pretender yet again, and then I'll just march up here, and we're going to wipe Pelgia out, preferably before I go to war with another nation, because I'd really like to have my master enslavers ready to roll, basically against which is unfortunate because I was looking at the throne situation, and apparently they lost one of their other thrones to, I believe, Kalium. They've still got the level 2 throne, but unfortunately I was really not wanting to fight Kalium, and it looks like that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 points, meaning Kalium actually controls enough of the thrones where I'm probably going to have to go to war. I'm just really going to hope Hinnom or manages to steal one back in the near future. I'll bet you they nab this one from him. If not, it's not a super big deal. I mean, I really don't want to deal with Kalium, but I can and will, if that's what it comes to win the game. Other than that, I was kind of looking around trying to figure out, you know, this is probably Hinnom, this is probably Hinnom, and I'm gonna just guess that this was Hinnom as well. I guess it is possible that Hinnom ended up with this one down here. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at that overall, and then I'm seeing, you know, I don't have to go far to basically get a throne from Kalium. It's right province adjacent, so maybe I won't have to fight some sort of massive war with them overall. I can just, you know, kind of be done with it. So, various variants of Master and Slave. We'll just go over it real quick. There's generally, like I said, 2 types that I use. One is a gold heavy build, and one is a gem heavy build. And what I mean by this is I'm going to actually make an Astral 8 caster. Yeah, that's pretty massive, but that is absolutely going to be done. And how we're going to do that is I'm going to use these Astral 4 Mine Lords to Mine Vessel up these guys, so I will have 4 Astral Casters base. I'm definitely going to go with a Rune Smasher on all of these guys, and an Eye of the Void. Master Enslave is big Asterix right here, though. 8 Astral Pearls a turn first off, but its magic resistance easily negates. Again, big Asterix here. But what this means, according to the rules that are out there, is that you're going to actually suffer a 4 penalty to any type of rolls, meaning a Rune Smasher and an Eye of the Void actually just puts me back in basically magic resistance negates point with that 4 penetration bonus off of it. Now I do say asterisk because there's been quite a bit of testing that's been done on this overall, and it doesn't seem like that it's actually the way it works. According to the manual, it's incorrect. And it's done by some people that really kind of know what's going on, so I do put an asterisk there. But it's close enough to the formula where I feel very safe with it overall, just mentioning it. So how do I get Astral 8 casters? Again, we're going to have base 4 Astral guys right here. Now, the 2 ways we do this is very easy. I take, where are they? Right here. I take 16 of these guys, and this is going to be the gold heavy way to do this. I take a Astral 4 caster right here. I'm going to make sure I bring a Mine Lord with each army, with a Clam of Pearls on the Mine Lord, who's going to cast Light of the Northern Star. So these guys are going to have, in that setup, a Rune Smasher, an Eye of the Void, and a Spell Penetration, Spell Focus. So I'm actually going to have 5 Magic Penetration on these guys. The Mine Lord is going to go ahead and cast Light of the Northern Star, bringing me up to Astral 5. In order to gain 3 more, I need 16 slaves, or greater. So you can actually cut that number down if you also want to go. This is what I mean by there's lots of variants. I can go ahead and throw like a, for a pretty cheap price, a Starshine Skullcap on these guys. And then I can get away with like 10 or 12 casters. I don't actually remember the number. You can actually do, I think it's a flat out 12 casters. They will take damage. Master and Slave is 800 fatigue from Astral 8. And that means you're going to drop like 200 fatigue on your communion slaves right there in the first turn. If you go with about 12, you really have to ensure that you have the Light of the Northern Stars up if you're going to go with something like that. Absolutely important. In fact, Light of the Northern Stars is going to be important no matter how you do it. We do have access to Banner of the Northern Stars. well, we'll look at everything through him. So that version is going to be, again, Rune Smasher, 2 penetration bonus, a Spell Focus, 1 penetration bonus, and Eye of the Void, 2 penetration bonus. So pretty simple setup there, but that's actually kind of heavy on the overall slaves. It almost certainly means that you're going to be using Crazy Mages as communion slaves in most type setups. Not to mention there's just a ton of cost going into it gem-wise. Well, there's a decent cost there. The second version is we're going to take the same mage, and again, Mind Vessels, so we're looking at Astral Force here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Starshine Skullcap on this guy, which I'm actually forging somewhere else right now. With the Starshine Skullcap, I am going to create for these guys Starshine Skullcaps. I'm going to create Crystal Coins. That's going to bring me up to Astral 6, just with those 2 items alone. Now, because this is a miscellaneous item, I'm not going to be able to use Spell Focuses on these guys right here. We are still going to use the Rune Smasher. Now, there happens to be 2 spells that also will boost the Astral level. These being Light of the Northern Star and Power of the Spheres. The thing is, those are both going to cost gems, meaning since Master Enslave is an 8 gem cost and I'm only going to be Astral 8, I can't use any gems with my primary mage. So how do I get away with something like Power of the Spheres? Power of the Spheres is actually quite easy. I'm going to forge up some of these crystal shields right here, and it's going to auto-cast Power of the Spheres at the start of battle. So I'm actually going to go up to Astral 7 with that. Then I'm going to actually bring either a Mind Lord, or if I don't have enough Mind Lords sitting around, I bring in a small Communion. And again, this is where the variants come in, because this is all about Crystal Enslave matrixing up for first turn Master Enslaves. If you need to do that, which against a nation like Kalian with the Flyers, this is something that's very advisable. And I'm going to use a separate mage to get Light of the Northern Stars up, bringing me from Astral 7 up to Astral 8. So that version is going to be much more gem intensive, but it gives me a flat out Astral 8 caster after the first turn. Hopefully I can fudge it around a little bit where I can do the first turn Master Enslaves. The turn order is always going to mess with you. The Slave Matrix, Crystal Matrix, those might be needed in some situations because you're worried the nation is going to really lay a hurt down on your armies prior to you getting it cast. There's a whole bunch of things that go into this actually overall. But this is how I'm going to do it. Again, tons of variants as to the minor things afterwards. Am I actually making Slave Matrix? Yeah, I guess I can go. Yeah, I decided to do it. I really don't want to spend the gems on it, actually. It's my least favorite of the methods overall, and I've got plenty of air gems and enough amulets of the fish. You know what? We'll leave it going anyways. It'll cost me a few extra gems, but I've got plenty of fire and nature banked, so I'm looking at 155 and 125 astral pearls right there. So yeah, I guess that'll be fine. It's really gonna get intense when I start dropping 32 gems a turn, though, or 32 astral pearls a turn, which I am absolutely not going to be able to cover that kind of expenditure. So, again, this all goes back to kind of when I was talking about the Mind Lords in the original video, and I mentioned these you know what, since you're just standing around, why don't you go ahead and make me a Crystal Matrix? What are you doing, Slave? Yeah. Since I just got him standing, I gotta wait for a Starshine Skullcap in order to get crystal coins with him. This all goes back to the whole Mind Lords when I point out, you know, Mind Lords only have the 2 miscellaneous slots. You're gonna have to utilize one of those to get them on land. And I said that this is very unfortunate for all the Aboleths, not just because of that, but because these miscellaneous slots are desperately important on astral mages, and you just have too many good items. And what I mean by that is it's pretty simple. I got Clam of Pearls. It's going to be a temporary 2 astral pearls. That would really cut the overall gem expenditure down. You've got Crystal Matrixes, which will allow you to jump into a communion and get like basically a first turn master enslave going. Uh, you have the Eye of the Void and the Spell Focus. Those are both ridiculously good. You have the Crystal Coin, the Astral Booster. There are just a lot of really good miscellaneous slot items as far as astral magic goes. And I really feel the Mind Lords, at the very least, just due to the overall massive cost of them, really could have used a third miscellaneous slot. Honestly, I would feel perfectly valid having these guys have like 4 miscellaneous slots, but whatever. So the other thing I was going to talk about was something which I meant to talk about during the mid-game spiel, and we didn't get there. Again, back to the introduction to the nation. I started to say something, and then I just said, well, you know, this is going to be long enough already. I'll talk about it later. Well, I forgot to talk about it later, because I was actually going to do this in the mid-game spiel. So, are Amulets of the Fish absolutely necessary in terms of this nation overall? No. Yes and no. That's going to sound kind of a little wonky. What do you mean yes and no? I mean yes and no. The answer is very simple and very complex at the same time. Okay, first off, let's kind of back it up from there. I understand the game many times takes a lore-based perspective on the game rather than a balance-based perspective. And it's not to say that they don't balance the game. It's that the balance happens very slowly. We have a lot to work with. The developers many times will say, you know what, we're just going to let the players work with it a bit and see if they can come up with a solution to these problems. Pretty smart in my opinion. I think a lot of games overbalance, if that makes a whole lot of sense. And I generally don't think that the problems are really serious like most people believe they are. There are cases, but I think many games actually could get by with far less balance and a lot more of, hey, just you guys work with it for a little bit, see what you can come up with. That's my own personal thoughts. Like, I've been playing a lot of Warhammer Total War. I'm a huge Warhammer fan in general, especially 40k, but you keep seeing these little tiny balances that they're trying to do between the factions. And what you're finding, though, is there's really still just 2 overall balances. There's a Tier 1 and a Tier 2. And the dwarfs, I don't care how many times, like, in that game, the buffs can stack and stuff like that. The lack of having cavalry or any type of large monsters and being very susceptible to that is just always going to be a weakness, and throwing various other buffs into it to try to counter that doesn't really make sense to me. I think that the players should just kind of work at it for a little while and learn some better counters myself, but, you know, that's kind of their thing. I'm getting way off the rails here. So, how does this all tie into this nation? This ties in because the water nations were actual complete crap prior to the water patch, which they really had not no chance, but very little chance of winning. And that was because Amulet of the Fish, these were the only way to get mages out of the water. The air-water combo just didn't exist, and the number of air gems that you get in the water is just absolutely abysmal as well. So, how did they solve this problem? Well, they solved this problem quite simply by, well, first off, handing out coastal recruits to all of the nations. Foreign recruits so that you could get stuff off the coastlines. But they also upped it by allowing the Shambler skin armor to breathe both water and air. So this basically became the new default Amulet of the Fish. 5 water gems from a Water 1 caster. That's something all of the water nations had. The problem is we don't have body slots on all of our mages we need to get out of the water. This nation was actually not done with the rest of the nations. This R'lyeh itself got done separately, entirely by themselves. They literally balanced all of the water nations and then came back and did this nation again afterwards, the next patch. So where am I going with this? Well, why is it with... Oh, I guess I could show an item, by the way. We got a national item. I always forget about it because I'm not sure what the hell you're going to do with it. So the patch notes kind of listed that there was a new item for Rillier, and the underwater mod actually had given the Mine Lords head slots. In fact, I think all the Abeloths gained head slots, and there was a new item added in the underwater mod, underwater expanded mod, in order for the Mine Lords to wear a helmet that would take them out of the water. I believe it also auto-joined communions, which was really nice overall. So everybody assumed, well, we're getting a item of similar function. This is the item we actually ended up with in the nation, which I have no idea what the hell you're supposed to do with it. No idea. It's got a nice poison damage value, and it actually paralyzes as well. I really think it might be an anti-thug type weapon. Again, I'm kind of getting off the rails here. So the item wasn't there in terms of getting our mages onto land, so what did we gain? I mean, we as in the nation itself. We ended up with Mine Vessel. Now, this actually would allow you to turn your Astral Pearls not into an item, because this functions so different from anything else in the game at the time, into increasing your new type of mage, your crazy mage that came off the land, into big Astral Casters with that full complement of slots. Now, this is something I really played around with, I don't know, somewhere in the middle. Hang on. Sorry about that. I actually had to grab that. It's at work tomorrow morning. We ended up with Mine Vessel here. So, a completely new functionality to the game in general. This got you your amphibious. In other words, they could go on land without those amulets of the fish while using up your astral pearls instead. And this is probably about the middle of my testing cycle is where I really went with some Mine Vessel type game plans. And I wanted to see, does Mine Vessel actually function not as a supplement to Amulets of the Fish, but as a complete replacement? And the answer I came to is actually no, it doesn't. The Astral Pearl cost on this is too extreme. If this was probably a 10, you could get away with it, but you're going to be actually in pretty bad shape at that point anyways. Can you do it? Yeah, actually, it's really not all that hard. What you're going to need is you have 3, make sure that I turn my sound back on. I'm terrible about doing that. What you're going to find is your capital is going to come with a 3 income right here. And you can only create a Mine Lord every other turn, right? So what you need to do is you need to have a total astral income of 8 or greater. Now, can you do that with relative ease? Actually, yeah, even on some of the smaller maps, it's not too bad. You can even alchemize a few other gems if you need to. And if you can hit that 8 income of Astral Pearls a turn, what you find is every other turn you have 16, and you're able to Mine Vessel, and then you use your other crazy mage that you recruit in the meantime as a type of Communion Slave or just Base Caster. Nether Darts is a pretty fantastic spell, or Stellar Cascade spam out of the Astral 2 versions. So yeah, it was an interesting idea, and the problem I came to is, yeah, I could go ahead and spam out Mine Vessel at 15 pearls. The problem is that left me no room for Eyes of the Void. It left me no room for either of the Astral boosters, any of the spell penetration items that required the Astral. In other words, all the forging and stuff that I want to do, that's completely gone. Any of the teleport shenanigans that I like to run, or any of the mine hunts that I like to run, were completely cut out of the game. And it gave you the access to those mages, but the cost was so extreme that it cut out all of your other advantages at the same time. And I really do think that Mine Vessel is overcosted at 15 pearls. I'll be brutally honest about it. I think that this should be a 10 Astral Pearl, possibly even lower than that overall, because I really think it should function as a player choice of do you do a heavy investment to get a lot of, basically Astral 3 casters, but still have some gem income to throw at other things as far as Astral Pearls go, anyways? Or do you want to go ahead and build those Amulets of the Fish up? I've come to the conclusion that Amulets of the Fish are completely necessary. It's entirely possible, though, if you did cut the overall cost of that down, you could do a lot of different things with the nation. You could go ahead and start with some imprisoned pretenders, because if you could go ahead and mine vessel to get your mages onto land rolling a little bit better, you wouldn't need your construction research. You could actually gain a few extra points from imprisoning your god, and maybe still bring the Amulets of the Fish online at a much later date in the game, but you wouldn't need them early in the game as the case is now. That's I know, sorry, a lot of tangents here, but I do find it pretty odd that that was the decision that was made, because this should function as a just complete replacement of Amulets of the Fish if you want it to, and it's just prohibited by the overall cost. It's I don't know. I just find it kind of to be a missed opportunity overall. I'm really thinking about getting just making a Chandler skin armor to send this guy on land. I'm terribly impressed that he's got AW12 at this point. I mean, all he's got is a headbutt. All right. So yeah, into the game we go here. Okay, looks like Eyes of the God has been cast. Oh, there we go. We've managed to breach it, which is great. So let's go ahead and storm the castle. Make sure I got everybody, because I just moved a bunch of new Mine Lords in. Alright, now I gotta be very careful with these guys after this. I'll probably just put them like right here. I feel that's a pretty safe spot. Because once I mine vessel with these, I don't want anything happening to them. I'm a little weirded out too. Mine vessel has got some pretty funky interactions sometimes, and that may sound a little weird, but occasionally it will do very odd things right here. So, like this guy right here, I've got him just sitting here. I'm not going to do anything with him. Nothing at all, because I'm terribly worried he might just literally disappear next turn for no reason at all. Have no idea why it happens. Can't seem to get it to happen repeatedly, so yeah, I don't know. Oh wow, we are desperately low on money. We're going to actually take the Mine Lords off, because I'm going to need we're actually going to take them off as well. What we're going to do is something like that, and I'll get some up there at some point. Right, go ahead and put the skull cap on. So let's forge up crystal coin. Let's get up another clam of pearls. I want 5 of those total. We're going to go ahead and grab up another slave matrix. There we go. So I'm probably going to hit this. and I think this right here. So I guess I'll rally all of my guys probably here and here. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, we're gonna put him back in the safety of a fort, begin calling my god, who will, hopefully at some point, manage to wake up. Hopefully. So we do actually have access to, I guess I can... How many amulets of the fish do I have? 1... 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I need a few more. Here's like another type of thing. I can get Astral 5s with my crystal coins through Quarter of my Mind Lords. I can actually go with Light of the Northern Stars as well. Heck, I might actually just go ahead and build one of those as well. Again, I'm just wanting to show maybe some of the various variants that we can do with the nation. Let's see. I could just do a flat-out communion. I could do a Matrix communion. I could do a Banner of the Northern Stars. Or I could do the straight-up gym. Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Because I'm going to need the Light of the Northern Stars up for all of them. So, oh, I don't have a crystal coin yet. Don't disappear on me, guy. Don't disappear. Yeah, you guys don't have Jack left, do you? Alright, that's pretty much the end of the troops. So now we just soul slay a bunch of these commanders here, and we should be getting a route right now. Or if not right now, pretty soon. No, hit the guy that's not running. You guys suck. Oh, I lost a slave mage. I was completely misreading that. I'm like 13 Amber Clan mages. I don't have that many up here. Yeah, I can read, kind of, sort of. Defense 8, good. Unrest, yeah, whatever. I mean, why don't you guys just research for just a moment here? So yeah, Dominion looking alright. A few really bad turns can definitely deal some serious damage to my Dominion still. But I actually want to kill their god again, so we're going to move down there. So there is a crystal coin. Go ahead and forge up. How many crystal coins do I need? Gonna need 2 more. How many clam of pearls do I have now? We got that. Got my crystal and my double slave. One of those, so I need a few more helmets as well. So there's my little 4 mage now, and no buff on this guy for whatever reason, and no buff on him either. See, that's what I mean. Not only is I'm not getting the point telling me that he's in control of another guy, and it's not reflecting on his side of it. But sometimes, literally, you will do that. It will take your 15 astral pearls, and the next turn, this guy will just be completely gone off the map. It will tell you in the messages that it happened, that you got your mind vessel. That's why I ungrouped that guy right there, so that I would know which was which. Speaking of, we're going to actually bring these guys this direction, so I don't mix up all of my units here. Did I not bring... Yeah, I see him now. So we're going to ungroup him. His ritual spell. Go ahead and mind vessel. Wrong button there, so we're going to get another Starshine Skullcap up. Now that we're in the safety of my fort, we're going to go back to Calling My God, who I will hopefully have at some point this game. Maybe. I also need another Clam of Pearls. He's kind of, well, I can get him through here in a second, so. Okay, so that seems to be it for you guys. Let's go ahead and grab up about 4 of those up here as well. Yeah, so again, hopefully my mage doesn't disappear. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Yeah, Mind Vessel a little wonky. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but definitely some bugs in the code as far as this goes. No idea what it is, because I can't get any of the bugs to replicate for any reason. Okay, so looks like one of my guys, finally, the Lightless Lantern, has taken its toll. Got the horror mark here, and there's no way he's going to be able to kill these. Go, Gadget! Kill him. Oh, you suck. Okay, you are my 4 astral that's ungrouped, which means I want you to go up there. I'm gonna wait till everybody's out of here. I'll just double Mind Vessel next turn. They probably site search the nature up here, but we're gonna check it out anyways here. Running desperately low on astral pearls though. Alright, so these guys are basically just going to sit back here in the safety. Let's go ahead and get a Banner of the Northern Stars up. And this is where the real power comes in, though. Look at this. Astral 5 caster. Now, I mean, let's just look at this. I mean, what can they not cast that's just a flat astral spell, of course? They can do Call Abominations, which are interesting. Overall, I don't know any nation that could get to Abominations up here. They're really cool units. Maybe I'll summon one up if I get to that point in the game. But 25 Astral Pearls on anything that's got able to access this overall, that's pretty steep. It's not that it's a bad unit, but 25 Astral Pearls, if you happen to have 5 Astral Mages, you're using your Astral Pearls like crazy. I mean, Arcane Domination, Wish, don't have access to those. I mean, just flat out. Strands of Arcane Power. Arcane Nexus. Unraveling, actually. But yeah, there's very, in Master Enslave, there's very, very few spells that you can't access as far as Astral goes with these guys. They're just monsters in terms of... Let's go ahead and get that Banner of the Northern Star. Get another Crystal Coin. Should have enough Clam of Pearls now. So I'll make sure I grab one from my main. I should have had a Clam of Pearls with this army a long time ago for Light of the Northern Star, since I'm Soul Slay spamming. Whoops. Getting very close here. Let's go ahead and wait. Wait. Go ahead and give me another Starshine Skullcap. This will be my second one up on the northern side. Illic Vad. I think I've got enough Clam of Pearls, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell him to research. Perfect. So, where are my 4 Astrals at? You know what? I'll wait till everybody kind of clears out. Oh, I need to alchemize a bunch of gems. Yeah, so everybody probably thought I was crazy when I'm like, trust me, the Astral Pearls, and they saw that I was climbing at like northwards of 300. Now, I realize I actually spent a bunch on Telestric Animates, unfortunately. But, they are ruthlessly expensive overall. We got 4 fire gems. Let's, no, why don't you guys go ahead and move on out. So we're going to put the crystal coin back in the laboratory. Really, I would not go with the Banner of Northern Stars like I just did. That is... You're not going to get the buff either, huh? What about you? Did you end up with it? No, of course not. Okay. Let's go ahead and research. Just wait. Wait. Make sure I'm not on repeat recruitment here. Okay. Oh, yeah, I definitely have to alchemize some gems now. So, I'm going to start with the fire. Oh, wow, that was the wrong direction. Oh well, lost a few gems right there. And I'll save a handful of those. I'm gonna try to get some maybe empowers off of the death and or not empowers. I'm gonna try to get the water global up, so the water gem's pretty important. But I'd also like to get some Mound Fiends and the Ivy Kings if I can. So I'm gonna try not to alchemize completely all of those, just mainly to show you what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and cast a ritual spell. Mind Vessel Hulud, and we're going to Mind Vessel Ilek Avad. Let's check my treasury here, see how we're looking. I need some... I need more Rune Smashers. I also need shields. Okay. Oh, I need Eyes of the Void as well. Alright. I need a Eye of the Void, excuse me. So why don't you go ahead and forge me up a Eye of the Void. Amulet of the Fish. Amulet of the Fish. Come on, surely you guys got one more. There we go. Amulet of the Fish. Just go ahead and research for now. Oh, need a crystal coin. Then we will forge up crystal shield. Let's site search. Preach. Preach. I don't know. Walk back here, I guess. I don't know why I brought you up there. Don't disappear. Please, 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 please. How many more amulets of the fish do I need at this point? Do I have any left in my treasury? No. Looks like I'm going to need two. Two more. Oh, I need to put those lightless lanterns on. Oh, this will probably be the last turn. I spent so much time talking at the beginning of this video. Oh, and the Super Bowl starting in about 5 minutes, so I was hoping to get 2 videos done here. How long is this gone? That's on... What the heck? Oh, okay. Alt-tabbed and my recording was black there for a second. I was like, no, what the hell? So... Son of a biscuit, I forgot my, Right, so put you guys into position. Oh, I can just grab it up with him. Alright, there we go. So let's head up there and let's go. Light of the Northern Star. Well, there we go. Just go ahead and research, you guys. Still not seeing the buffs on any of these guys. Whatever. Yeah, one of them disappeared right there. I shouldn't have done 2 mine vessels in a single turn like that. Ah! Ilikvad, so that would have been the second one of these guys. As you can see here, we're actually, I don't know. I'm going to move this guy completely out of the province. I don't want the game doing whatever the hell it just did, because I just threw away 15 Astral Pearls. I have no idea where the guy went, or anything like that. You can see right here in the messages, I managed to get 2 mine vessels. Sometimes, if you move provinces, it'll cast. Sometimes, if you do multiple castings, or if certain units are in the same... I really have not been able to nail down what the hell is going on with it. But... kind of... No, it doesn't kind of. That actually really pisses me off, but... just go ahead and research. Oh, man, I didn't need that many Starshine Skullcaps because I had that extra one laying around. Whoops. Oh, I need more Rune Smashers. Forge Magical Item. One more Rune Smasher. I don't care. Just research for the turn. Yeah, I should not have done a double mine vessel there that turn. I probably should have just split them up into different provinces. Again, sometimes changing provinces where you do it will. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna move over here. No idea why it happens this way, but that's exactly what's going on. So they're not managing to call their god back, like, right off the bat. That's nice to see. Oh, wow, I wanted to grab some earth gems, too, for my casters. My earth casters. Whoopsie. Yeah, because they're going to have a ton of trash right here. And I gotta go up here, in here, and root them out, actually. So, yeah, these guys still go crazy. This is what Insanity looks like in this game, right here. The little background turns red. In this case, he's site searching. But a lot of times, they'll do all kinds of crazy shit. I really do wish that, at the very least, once you mine vessel them, they would not be crazy anymore. That's not at all the case, though. That really pisses me off that I just threw 15 Astral Pearls away. And that was going to be the last turn, my bad. Crap, Super Bowl really is starting in a couple minutes. I do need to wrap this up. So, Battle on the Island. Honestly, that really isn't jack. They'll have a fairly large army inside of here, though, so... order +2, good. Tax is doing well. Lost a couple slave mages to diseases, that's unfortunate. Alright, so... thanks for watching, everybody. I'll probably start getting a few more slave mages overall. But we are basically ready to start sending out the corpse here. The Master and Slave Corpse. I actually need some more slave mages right here. But, I don't know. Once I look at this right here, maybe I'll steal some back or something? I don't know. I'll figure something out. You ended up diseased. No? Just never healing wound. Alright. No, actually, let's grab a healthy version. Because I'm going to bring him back here and pick up some more Earth Gems. Whatever tiny amount of Earth Gems I can manage to get my hands on. Because that looked like a pretty big army. I actually do wish I had more Earth Gems with this group. Oh well. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time.